Coming up in the Class B game, Chuck Foreman's going to slide in here. What do you expect from that game?
Well, the word is, and if you saw any of the semifinals, you know both quarterbacks can really throw the ball, and we could see a very wide open and exciting game. We're looking forward to it. Triton against Becker.
I'll be watching.
Good.
All right. 2 down, 3 to go. The Class B championship comes up in just a few minutes. Jim Gilliland and Chuck Foreman will have that one. We'll return with more Prep Bowl action 94 from the Metrodome in a moment.
Welcome back to Prep Bowl 13 from the Metrodome. I'm Jeff Grayson. We're in between the Class C and Class B games. If you're just joining us, we've just awarded another champion. Chatfield wins Class C. Triton getting ready to take on Becker in Class B. And we have a little bit of time. We thought we'd introduce you to 2 players from Triton who unfortunately won't be on the field playing today. But I know that Kevin Brown and Scott Pitzenberger are going to be some very active spectators. First, we'll start with you, Scott. Could you, first of all, tell us about your injury, what happened and when it happened?
I was against Medelia Truman in the state quarterfinal game, and I was going for a 2-point conversion, and a guy came down on it with his knee, and it just broke the fibula.
I know that obviously not pleasant for you because you're going to have to be watching today. Could you take us through the experience of not being able to be out there?
It's hard because after playing the whole year, being a big part of the team and everything, it's just hard watching the game. You can't help them out any by playing, and it's bad.
Do you get a chance to talk to them if you see something maybe that the other team is doing, to talk to the people who are in the game for you guys and offer some encouragement, some instruction?
Yeah, we got that chance. At halftime and everything, we go up and talk to them and everything. We tell them what's going on, what we think would help and everything. So, yeah, we get a chance.
All right, thanks for taking the time to talk with us, and I'm sorry you can't be in the game. And your teammate, Kevin Brown, in a similar predicament. Take us through what happened to you. You, too, on crutches today.
Well, one day we were just in practice, and I got my foot stepped on and broke a bone in my foot.
Do you guys feel jinxed? I mean, here you both are unable to play?
Yeah, it feels pretty bad, but I don't know, there's nothing we can do about it.
How do you get past that, Kevin, that feeling of, yes, your team's here, and I'm sure you're happy for them, yet you're unable to participate?
I don't know, it's just, I don't know, I haven't really got over it. It's just, I don't know, there's no way to get over it, I guess.
Well, we won't dwell on the injury. Let's talk about this game coming up. 2 teams with great offenses. Obviously, you know Triton and Becker. We're expecting kind of a lot of points in this one. Do you see it the same way?
I see a lot of points scored. Oh, yeah. I think our offense and their offense look about the same, so looks like it's going to be a high-scoring game to me.
We're talking to Scott, too, about a chance when you get a chance to talk to your teammates when, say, things aren't going so well because you might have a little bit of a different vantage point watching from the sideline?
Yeah, we help them out as much as we can. Coaches ask us to help out what we see, and we tell them what's going on.
What do you think are some keys to this one, some things to look for? If you're in the dressing room right now, what would you be concerned with?
I don't know, their passing game. Watch the quarterback. He's supposed to be pretty good. I don't know, watch 21. That's about it.
Kevin, I'm sorry you can't be out on the field, but I appreciate you taking the time to talk with us. That's Kevin Brown and Scott Pitzenberger from Triton. They'll be active spectators on the sideline, that's for sure. We're going to take a timeout now. This is the Prep Bowl 94 on Minnesota 9.
The championship tradition continues. KMSP TV, Minnesota 9 presents the 13th annual Minnesota Prep Bowl.
The Class B game should be a classic. Becker's Corey Stanger was a key in the semifinals, throwing for 2 scores and running for another. But that was only second best to Triton's Kirk Midthune, who not only threw for 300 yards, but made 17 tackles. They meet for the title next.
The 1994 Minnesota Prep Bowl. Now your host, Minnesota 9's Jim Gilliland.
You're looking at downtown Minneapolis as we zoom in toward the Metrodome. We're about to begin our middle game of our 5-game set here. The Becker Bulldogs in the dark shirts set to kick it off to Triton Dodge Center. The Cobras to receive. And we're underway in the Class B Championship. Jim Gilliland and Chuck Foreman along with you. And the ball is taken by Triton deep. And Midthune, the quarterback doubling as the deep man, is corralled inside his own 15-yard line at about the 12.
This should be an exciting game, Jim. They air it out.
Well, we got
Air McNair.
a chance to watch Midthune during his semifinal win in an exciting ball game, 43-36, as they defeated Zambroda Mazeppa. And boy, Midthune And a lot of guys are passers, but he also showed that touch when the man running away from him or running to his left or right. He was able to drop it in there nicely.
We'll see what he can do with this Becker defense.
Cobras with the ball. Kirk Midthune, number 16. You'll hear his name a lot as he fakes it short, shoots it out here to Tim Bush, and Bush is down the sideline. He's going to go all the way. No flags. 84 yards on the first play from scrimmage.
He showed that touch you were talking about.
87 yards inside his own 15. He launches it. Woo!
That was an excellent play. Great pass, nice touch, everything you were talking about.
I thought that when he threw it so quickly that it was the pressure that made him throw it away, but he hit Bush in stride, and they go.
As you can see here in the replay, he pumps, then he lets it go, throws a really nice pass, touchdown. Number 21, Tim Bush.
It looked like that pump maybe is what enabled Bush to turn it up and get around the defender.
Bush showed a lot of speed there too. He looks like a good athlete.
Speaking of good athletes, Midthune is the kicker here on the extra point. Well, he kicked it a little low that time, and the attempt is blocked. And so Triton does everything but the extra point correctly. They take an early 6-0 lead. We'll be back with more from Prep Bowl 94 in just a moment. We're back at the Metrodome, 40 seconds into our game, and Triton Dodge Center with a 6-0 lead on the Volkswagen scoreboard over the Becker Bulldogs, who will now be receiving the ball for the first time. It's kicked away by Kirk Midthune. Kick short, handled by one of the up men, and bringing it out over the 40-yard line and still struggling is number 44, Joey Johnson, a 6'2", 170-pound junior. And we'll watch the other half of our dynamic quarterback combination go to work here as Corey Stenger brings the Bulldogs out. He'll be wearing number 10 as you see Johnson coming off the field for Becker.
Well, they're going to have excellent field positions to get in their first possession, Jim. And we'll see exactly how Becker's going to approach this defense they're putting out here.
They probably have a little more balance in their attack than Triton does. Triton particularly hampered by Pitzenberger, whom we saw Jeff Grayson talking to before the game, their 1,000-yard rusher, out with a fracture. And there you see on a counter move coming off the right side for good yards. Numbers are a little bit hard to read for Becker as Brandon Novak carries the ball and Alex Bringleson brings him down. It'll be second and short.
Very short yardage. That's a nice play for the first down play. Anytime you can get 3, 4, 5, 6 yards, anything above that, that's a nice play to start the game.
Brandon Novak wears number 25 for Becker. He carried the ball there. Now Stenger has that option of going short or throwing on second down and banging ahead for the first down, getting extra yards in there. Patala. And he's brought down by Minara, number 34. So
we'll be able to pick these guys out. They have their names on the back of their jerseys.
Yeah, we're trying to learn the pronunciations as we go. It's not that we don't study them beforehand, but once the game gets going, Hoodala is the way we say number 22 who carries the ball there. Now Stenger trying for the quick hitter, looking for number 84, Chad Bjorklund.
Bjorklund was open for a second there, and quarterback just didn't get him the ball.
Schletty on the coverage, number 20 in the white jersey. Mike Schletty, a 10th grader, 135 pounds out there on the field knocking hits. Second and 10 now for Becker as they are in Triton territory at the 45-yard line. Stenger again fakes the handoff. Shooting it out of the left flat this time. Good for first down yardage.
That's a nice play by the quarterback. Got the ball there right on time. Wide receiver ran a good route. And Stenger got the ball in there. Here's the replay. He's going back. Nice fake. Into the line. Sets up. Throws. Got a nice quick release. Right where it needs to be. Right in the numbers.
You can see the angle there just perfectly as Bozer takes it. And he is wrapped up by Gislin on the play. Brock Bozer, one of the two main threats through the air for Becker. And Stenger again. Now this time looking to throw again. Now turns upfield and gets some yardage. Gain of about 3 or 4.
That's a nice gain. 3 yards. Like to see a little more than that first down, but that was a good decision on his part.
And Chaka again on the stop.
Here he is. Stanger's reading the defense. Now he sees he has to turn it up. Takes it up. Gains 3 yards. Seems like a pretty big kid, too.
Yeah, 6'3", real
6'3",
good size.
205.
Just a junior, like Midtoon.
He's got a great arm.
Hands it off and cracking forward for near first down yardage again. Number 20, Brach. Nathan Brach, his first carry of the game, and Midtoon brings it down along with Brad Thornton on the play.
Well, they're into a quick, almost like a 2-minute drill here. No huddle offense.
We're going to see a lot of different things, I think, before this game is out. Stanger with that big body of his. We mentioned the good size on the quarterback. He just plowed straight ahead. Good blocking there, too. First down inside the 20. Jacob Baum makes the tackle.
Well, Corey has great size. Looks like he has good feet movement and he makes good decisions. So far, he's done a really good job quarterbacking this Becker team.
Ball on the 17. First down for the Becker Bulldogs. 8:30 to go in our first quarter. If you just joined us, Triton leads early in the Class B game. 6-0 as they scored on an 87-yard bomb on the first play from scrimmage. Kirk Midtoon to Tim Bush. Stanger now rolling right again. Looking and had his receiver, but it was in and out of the hands of number 84, Bjorklund. Chad Bjorklund couldn't hang on. Bush on the coverage there to help knock it loose. Stanger very patient. Looked like he could have run or thrown there, and he saw the receiver come open.
Right, here he is on the sprint out there. He sees his man open. He releases the ball, throws it there where it needs to be. That's something these kids here in high school need to learn to do. Don't catch the ball in the chest, but catch it with your hands. That's a perfect example of what can happen when you catch it in the chest.
The fundamentals never go away. You got to learn to do them right. And there's the handoff on 2nd and 10. Stacked up by a host of tacklers for Triton. He never did go down. Good running in there by Hutala.
He's a tough runner.
We'll get that down. Thornton leads the charge on defense. Brad Thornton and Baum again for Triton. So 3rd and 10 as Hutala is turned back and the ball on the 17. Big play for Becker and the Triton defense. Stanger sends 2 receivers now to the strong side there on the right. And looking back here on the left, got his man, well thrown ball. And a first down as Brock Bozer makes the catch. Gislin again making the tackle.
And the replay, here you see Corey dropping back here, steps up in the pocket, throws the ball, has his Brock Bozer over there. Nice play for the quarterback and the wide receiver.
Gain of 13, takes it to the 4. Bozer caught 46 balls coming into this game for 657 yards and 10 touchdowns. So they know each other well. Stanger gives it off, and plowing in for the touchdown is Hutala.
This is the type of play the coaches want. They want to burn up a lot of that clock and get down and put the ball in the end zone. It's always nice to come out there and have that quick strike, but you never take much time off of the clock. And what they want to do, especially when you have 2 teams matched as evenly as these, they want to run that clock, run the clock down, and this is the way to do it. You have drives like that, it's a great job.
Hutala following the blocking, a 58-yard drive and 11 plays. It took up nearly 4 minutes on the clock, and at 7:24, Becker could take the lead if Bozer can drill the extra point.
That missed extra point might come back in.
Well, we could have a wide open game. Could have plenty of scoring. We're off to that start. Each team has had the ball once. Each team has a touchdown. We'll be back with more from Prep Bowl 94 in just a moment. We're back at the Metrodome. Becker has taken a lead now, 7-6 on Triton Dodge Center. Becker in the dark shirts will kick it away to Triton. And one storyline that may develop, Chuck, as we go on in this game. The enrollments are even, the squad sizes are about even, but a lot more guys go both ways for Triton. And Fatigue could be a factor.
Well, that may be a factor later on in the game, but right now, I don't think it has much to do with it.
Tim Bush is cracked hard as he crosses the 20-yard line. Pudula makes the tackle. So he's playing on special teams as well as offense, but basically 10 guys on Triton go both ways, including the quarterback and leading receiver Midtune and Tim Bush, and only a couple for Becker. Brandon Novak, running back, and doubles as a linebacker. Brock Bozer plays in the secondary and also as a receiver.
And it may not affect him. I played both ways when I was in high school.
Midtune, the quarterback, had an outstanding game in the semifinals. We talked about he passed for 300. Oh, he swarmed under there. Nothing, no chance for the pattern to develop before the pressure came. And Nathan Johnson leading the charge, the senior captain, making it 2nd down and 16. Boy, he did not even, he couldn't even turn his body around there.
He didn't have a chance. This Becker team is fired up.
Malashevsky and Johnson combine on the tackle.
You know, at times when you have those quick scoring plays, sometimes you have a tendency to get away from what you want to do, and maybe this might be what's happening with Triton.
Well, they came in blitzing that time and put heavy pressure on Midtune, but he runs it. And when it looked like he was going to go out of bounds, he just turned it back upfield and got the 1st down.
Well, he's shown us that he can not only throw the ball, but he can also run the ball. He made a great decision there to turn the ball up, go upfield. And here's the replay. He's back from his shotgun. He's looking for a guy to throw the ball to. He fakes it, turns it up. He sees an opening, and there he goes. A nice play.
And there he cuts it back up and got that extra yardage for the 1st down. So
a nice play by Kurt.
On the 35 now. 1st down for Triton. We have an official's timeout. There's some problem with the chain on the sideline. If you've been with us through the morning, you know that we've had an official up here in the booth with us to help us with any calls that we may not understand or be able to interpret. And in this game, Mike Torkelson joins us. Mike is from St. Peter. And can you hear me, Mike?
Yes, I can.
Glad to have you with us. That was a problem with the chains, wasn't it?
Looks like maybe one of the links came out short.
Not really an officiating question, but,
no.
But you guys have to be concerned with that if they're delaying the game.
That's right. Need the equipment.
And you'll be hearing Mike's voice from time to time, especially if there's any call we don't quite understand or that we get wrong. That's very important to point out, too, because that certainly happens. Pitch to the right side, and the tailback has it, and taking it up for near a 1st down. And Kaka, and of course his role has increased with Pitzenberger being out. And he does have a 1st down.
Here's the replay. If you would have seen how the defense lined up, you would think they would be able to stop this play, but this kid made a nice run. There was some nice blocking by the offensive line. That was a nice game.
Tony Martell on the tackle, and Kaka for 13 yards, and Triton with another 1st down. Give on the dive straight ahead. Novak making the tackle in there. Was it Minkaka again? Yes, number 34 gets up from the bottom of the pile.
I think Minkaka is going to be used quite a bit this afternoon. He started out throwing the ball.
We mentioned in the last game, these guys have learned some of the tricks the pros and the college guys have, where they cover up that skin on the artificial turf. You can see them getting up, and that can smart as much as any hit, can it?
Nothing like a burn from that AstroTurf.
Midtune.
Interception.
He had some room there.
He's still.
He must have stepped out of bounds there, but the interception made on the play by Joey Johnson.
Well, when we see the replay here, we'll see how Joey broke on the ball. Minkaka threw the ball up there. He had somebody open for a second, and here we go. He's back. He sees the guy. He's open for a second, and then there it is. Joey steps in, makes the interception. Nice play.
7 yards back upfield for Becker. It looked like he trying to get the ball to Nathan Brach in there, or no, rather Mike Schletty, the sophomore, but just didn't see Johnson coming over, and the ball goes back to Becker.
He knows Becker doesn't waste any time getting in and out of the huddle.
Oh, good contact to the line of scrimmage, turning that play back. Hudala, one of these 10 guys that goes both ways. Chris Madison in on the tackle of Hudala, who has scored the only touchdown for Becker. 4:13 to go in the first quarter. Very well played game with big plays on both sides here in the early going. Don Henderson, the head coach at Triton, and Dwight Lundeen, who we've seen through Prep Bowl before, his team at Becker, runners-up 4 years ago.
Keeper. Fake, and there he is. He's got a gap.
Oh, intercepted off of the carom
by number 34.
And Kaka again takes that interception. But a nice stick in there that popped the ball loose. And we'll see on the replay who to give credit to for that. Stanger fakes the short run and then the counter fake. Rolls out. We didn't know who had it.
And
good pressure.
The ball in there. It's in there. He has the ball. Number 21 had it knocked out. In fact, number 21 is Brock Bozer.
Bozer was hit by Schletty on the play. Schletty wrapped him up quickly and maybe punched that ball out of there. And it came to Menkaka, so Triton has it back on their own 40-yard line. And now Midtune, sensing disarray as they line up for the play, calls a timeout. A timeout for Triton Dodge Center. They trail by 1, but they've got the ball back. We'll return with more on the Prep Bowl 94 scoreboard. Becker with a 7-6 lead. We're back at the Metrodome. 3:22 to play in the first quarter. It's been exciting so far. Becker leading 7-6 over Triton, which is actually sort of an acronym of some sort for Tri-Town is what they're trying to say for the communities of Dodge Center, West Concord, and Claremont. A little clarification there. Some people who ask us, where is Triton? Well, there is no Triton. It's just Tri-Town, the name of the high school located in Dodge Center. And the white shirts of Triton have the ball on their own 40-yard line. 1st and 10. Kirk Midtune, the junior quarterback, again going deep. Schletty trying to run under this one. And it is incomplete. Paul Olson defending for Becker.
So one thing we know about Kirk is that he has a strong arm. He's not afraid to air it out either.
I think when he spies that single coverage on the outside, we're going to see him try to go for some big plays. Second and 10 for Triton. You take a look at the communities. Becker located up very near on the way to St. Cloud along Highway 10 there. And Triton, of course, Dodge Center, West Concord, and Claremont down in the southeast section of the state. Let's go down to the sidelines now. Well, let's take a look at second down play first. Jeff Grayson standing by with a guest, but first Kirk Midtune rolling to his right, shoots it short. And did he catch the ball? Yeah, they're going to give it to him. It's going to make for about 3rd and 4.
That was a nice play on the run by Kirk Midtune.
Malashevsky making the tackle.
Here we see the replay. He's sprinting out here. Stops, sees the guy come open here. Number Aaron Eldred, number 25, makes the catch. 5'6", 155. Not big, but a lot of heart on these guys from Triton. 3rd and 4. And they pitch to Bush as he starts it on the right side. He's got the first down. They roll him out of bounds at about the 47. Joe Johnson on the tackle. Well, we've seen these teams that are supposed to be passing teams here today, but both teams have shown some running ability. And here he fakes into the line, quick pitch.
And Tim Bush.
Brock Bush.
He's the gifted slot bag, if you will. 5'10", 175, but a good all-around athlete. Brock Bozer, Tim Bush. We're getting it straight. Those are the two 21s.
Okay, there we go.
Midtune now shooting it to the slot receiver, number 87, taking it down to the 35-yard line. Judge Gislin, where he's tackled by Joe Johnson. Gislin had a touchdown in the semifinal win over Zambroda Mazeppa. And on that same kind of a play where Midtune rolled to the left. 12-yard gain.
Both teams have shown versatility on offense. They've come up with an array of different plays here.
Midtune talks it over with Menkaka, the lone setback. Receiver wide to the right, and Bush now starts in motion, as you can see from the left side of the screen. Midtune flips it out here on a short screen to Gislin. It gets by Joe Johnson. Good yardage there.
Nice play. Nice screen.
Novak wraps him up, but not until another first down for Triton High School. And the official says move the chains.
Here's the replay. Judd Gislin has the ball. Makes his decision. Jumps over a player. Jumps out of his arms anyway. Nice play. First down.
I like that name, first name, Judge. It carries authority with it. Don't mess with the judge, even when you're little kids. And they're certainly not little
Here's
anymore.
Kirk out there. Oh, what a beautiful play.
That's a score.
That's just a beautiful play.
Well conceived. The whole flow went to the left. Bush sneaked out to the right.
Comes back to the right.
A little delay, perhaps.
And Tim Bush, that's his second touchdown pass. Reception.
Bush had time to sign autographs on the way to the end zone there.
I was telling you, they were really creative earlier. Both teams have been really, as you see the replay right now, he's just wide open. Nobody has a clue where he is.
Everybody bought the fake to the left. Lyman flowed that way, and Bush walks in for the score. See if they go for two now, because they missed the extra point the first time. 59-yard drive, 6 plays. It took them 2:07. Boy, this is going to be a good ball game. It's Bush coming in motion, and the pitch goes to Minkaka. He tried to get to the corner. Very close.
I don't think he got it.
They're going to say the knee came down before he went into the end zone. And so the conversion attempt fails.
Regardless, that was a nice selection of plays for Triton.
2-point conversion failed, but Triton dodged center back on top. The score at Prep Bowl 94 here late in the first quarter is 12-7. Triton leading over Becker. Back with more in a moment.
Welcome back to the Metrodome, everybody. When our Class B championship, Triton leads Becker 12-7. I'm Jeff Grayson. I moved here 1 year ago from Wisconsin, and joining me is Doug Chickering, Dave Stead's counterpart in Wisconsin. Here we have the Minnesota State High School League, and in Wisconsin, it's the WIAA, the Wisconsin Interscholastic Athletic Association. Good to see you, Doug. What brings you here?
Well, we finished our football playoffs a couple weeks ago, and we're giving some thought now to expanding our format. And I'm aware that nearly all of these schools in Minnesota get into their football playoffs, and I'd kind of like to see how that all fits into the final celebration. So that's why I'm here this weekend.
Yes, here everyone makes it, and in Wisconsin, how does it work?
Generally, the champion and the runners-up of each of our conferences make it into the playoffs. 96 schools in all. We have 6 divisions, so our format is much more limited than it is here. And we think it's such a great opportunity to provide postseason play for kids that we kind of like to give some consideration to enlarging our pool, doubling it, and I hope to pick up a few thoughts on how I might sell that to our membership today.
Well, it's great to see you. It's like a reunion, and I thank you for joining us, Doug Chickering.
Nice to be here. Nice to see you again.
All right, thank you. That's Doug Chickering. We'll send it back up to Gilly. Gilly?
Thank you.
Thanks, Jeff. I know you get some Wisconsin reference in it. No, I'm just kidding. Of course, Doug Chickering and Dave Stead have to keep in close touch, monitoring how other people are doing. And this is Becker back on the attack, and Hudala taking the first down carry for short yardage, gain of about 2 or 3.
What they want to try to do on first downs is at least try to get 4 or 5 yards. I know that's asking a lot, but that's what everybody's trying to do. If you can get that 4 or 5 yards, that first down, the second down, you got a chance to go long, come back on third down, and do something else.
Corey Stanger, the quarterback. I'm just interested to see if they are the fresher troops, because they only play one way. And a nice gain here for near a first down. And yeah, I think he's going to get it with the extra effort. Broch getting the first down, and Tim Bush among the tacklers there. Whether they wear down in the long run, because it's got to take its toll by the second half.
Well, if they keep putting points on the board like they have, right, it may not make much of a difference. Sure. But if this Becker team stops them, makes them work a little harder, we'll see how that works out towards the end of the game.
The last play of the first quarter is Stanger rolling to the left side, shoots it out there, and a nice catch made. Yes, indeed. Bozer hauling it in. getting the first down. And Becker will have the ball well into Triton territory when we return. That is the end of the first quarter of our exciting Class B championship. And the score, Triton 12 and Becker 7. Back in Class B action, second quarter about to begin. Becker with the ball in dark shirts, moving right to left. And Corey Stanger brings them up to the Triton 36-yard line, 1st and 10. Stanger rolling to his right. We've seen that play a number of times. He turns it upfield and gets good first down yardage to near the 30. And he is tackled by Vermillier.
That was great coverage on Triton's part. However, Corey Stanger, you see he's dropping back here, sprinting out, and he doesn't see anybody open. He makes his decision, turns it up, and he's a big kid, so that's how he got that 6 yards.
Yeah, I'm sure that that's by design to get Stanger out there rolling where he can either turn it up on that 6'3" frame or find one of the 2 or 3 receivers on the pattern.
He's a nice-looking athlete. There he is. He pumps.
Looking long for Bozer, and Bush intercepted it on the 3-yard line, intended for 121, but taken in by the other.
I think Tim Bush is going to be a major factor in this game, the entire game. I did the 9-man game earlier, and we had a young man there that just was outstanding.
So Bush hauls it in, and one thing you see about the Triton players, because they have to be on the field all the time, they're not celebrating a lot. They just hand it to the official. We got to go back and play offense.
As well as they should do.
We don't have time to get all excited. And they come out from their own 3-yard line. And Kirk Midtoon with receivers both ways. Boy, and Becker respects him. They're free safety 20 yards off the line of scrimmage. Give, and then Chaka takes it up for short yards. Brandon Novak, the middle linebacker, makes the tackle.
It's going to be interesting to see the play selection coming out of the end zone. They haven't been in this position before during the course of the game.
2nd and about 8 from the 5-yard line. Kirk Midtoon. And Eldred in motion to the right side, and a run to Bush, and he is taken for a loss back on the 2-yard line. Sugar, rather, carrying the ball, and Malashevsky makes the tackle.
You can see on the replay here, Kevin Shinger has the ball. Great play by the Becker defense.
Well, Triton with a couple of conservative running plays didn't really get him much. And now it looks like some kind of audible from Midtoon as he shots to both the wide men. Throws it in for tried to get a quick breaking in pattern for Eldred, but Joe Johnson was there when the ball got there and broke it up, and Triton is going to have to kick it away.
Well, Joe Johnson was just sitting there waiting for that ball to be thrown, and I saw the quarterback look over there, and he let it go. Luckily, it wasn't intercepted. There it is. He was there. He had it. It was an interception.
Yeah, it looked like he was expecting a little more of a sharp break from Eldred toward the middle, because he was kind of paused and waited. He said, I don't want to throw this, but I gotta. And it was incomplete.
Very lucky on that play.
Midtoon is back up against the wall, boots it away, line drive kick. Can it be returned? And a good move to get away. Novak takes it up to the 33-yard line, and Becker with excellent field position will have a chance to take the lead when we come back. Vermillion on the tackle. We'll have more from Prep Bowl 94 as the second quarter rolls on. Triton with a 12-7 lead over Becker. Welcome back to the Metrodome. Triton a 5-point advantage, but Becker has the ball. KMSP Television has purchased the broadcast rights to the 1994 Minnesota State High School Prep Bowl. No broadcast, rebroadcast, or other use of the pictures, descriptions, and account of this copyrighted telecast is permitted without the written authority of KMSP Television or the Minnesota State High School League. Corey Stanger brings his team out. 1st down and 10 from the 33-yard line of Triton. And the handoff. Bratch, or rather Hudala, taking it into the middle, did not get much. Jacob Pham brings him down.
I think he tripped going through that line there.
Oof, taking it seriously on the Triton sidelines. These people are energized.
I wonder what his parents are thinking about that.
Alex Watson, a career opportunity for coach and player.
Exactly.
Stanger on the counter. Here comes Novak. He gets good yards, but it will be third down and about 4. Midtune making a tackle. We mentioned he had 17 of them in the semifinal win over Zimbrota Mazeppa.
I think Chris Madison was in on that play too. There you go. Big number 76.
Back. Yeah, kind of a double wrap up. Midtune from underneath. And Madison from the backside. Third down. They've made both previous attempts. Stanger plows straight ahead. They're in 4-down country, thinking if they don't make it here, they can sneak or make another attempt on 4th down.
Or a field goal.
There you go. Ringleson on the stop. It looks like they've got enough here. Yeah. They'll go ahead without the measurement and say first down, Becker on the 21-yard line.
That was quarterback sneak for 3 yards.
Well, we talked about the size and strength of Corey Stanger and came into play on that particular move. Stanger pitches it out this time. Bratch is wrapped up by Bringleson as he gets some yardage off the left side inside the 20 to the 17 or 18-yard line. Long 7 to go now for the first down.
Becker's moving this ball, but they're also eating up a lot of the clock. Throwing only when necessary.
Counter again to Novak, and he gets up near the 13. He'll have at least a yard to go on third down. But again, good yards. Brad Thornton in on the tackle. Brandon Novak will carry.
On the replay here, see Brandon gets the ball, makes a nice move to get away from the guy, and then stacked up by the Triton defense there. One is to catch these names of these players.
Off the right side again, Bratch, and he's got the first down.
That was a nice strong run by Brandon Bratch.
Fletty in on the tackle. That's Hudala again that ran the ball. Hudala is 22, Brandon Novak 25, and 20 is Nathan Bratch. Jerseys are tough to read.
I'm giving these guys new names, you know.
We get in tight enough, we can of course read them on the back of their shirts. And that is Corey Stanger, the fine quarterback, orchestrating this drive for Becker. Sends a man in motion to the right. This is Bratch. He's stacked up, but he's gonna, oh, is he? Ball is ripped out of there, says Triton. We'll see what the officials have to say. Yeah, fumble. Bush recovers. That could be a crushing blow for Becker because they look like they're going right in.
Well, here in the replay, you see
Bush take it right out of there.
Yeah, he's taking the ball out of there. There's a time to go down, though. That's Tim Bush there. He has been a factor in this game, both offensively and defensively.
Boy, that was a great play.
It was a great play.
It took an extended effort. It wasn't just like he reached in and ripped it out. He had to hang on and pry it away from Nathan Bratch.
Well, yeah.
Titans had very poor field position last 2 possessions. They're going to throw it out of there, and it's intercepted.
Joey Johnson on that interception.
Steps in front of Tim Bush, so it's interesting. You hear a lot of times how hard it is for a quarterback to roll to his left and throw, but some people say it's actually harder to get anything on it rolling right because you've got to really no power, no plant foot.
Exactly, and there he goes. He tries to get the ball down there. to Tim Bush, and they didn't have enough on the ball. Joey Johnson stepped in there and got an interception. He could have had 2 interceptions already. You know, he dropped the one down here on the 20-yard line.
Becker back in business on the 33. That's where they started from the last time after a kick and return. And Stanger's ball sails a little bit on him and goes over the hands of Novak. And incomplete. 2nd and 10. You can see Triton definitely, they look tired a little bit because they walk back, but they're pacing, so they know they're going both ways.
They know how to conserve. They've been doing this the entire year. It's nothing new to them. They've got a great record. So, you know, it may not be a factor that they play 10 players both ways.
Becker back in position now on 2nd and 10. Stanger keeps it around the left short side. Doesn't get much out of room, really. You always be mindful when they run a 2nd down play to short side that maybe they're trying to set up something wide the other way. Brian Christensen in on the tackle for.
On the replay here, you see Triton. They string this thing out. He has no place to run but outside.
3rd down, and we'll still call it, well, maybe got a half a yard on the play. 3rd 9.5. And so Becker is Bozer wide to the left side. Novak is the slot receiver. Luke Cheerhart is wide to the right side. Stanger looking for Bozer, now coming back the other way. Trying to get outside. Oh, good tackle.
That was a great play. Great defensive play.
Ringleson coming up from his position at linebacker, 6-footer, 175 pounds, Alex Ringleson.
He also doubles as a quarterback. Here you go. Puts the ball. That was a nice defensive play by Alex.
So it is 4th down and many yards. Called it about 18.
And he needed to come up there that way too, because Corey is a big guy.
Back deep to kick. Oh. And a snap over the head, and this is big time trouble. And he finally kicks it out of there, and it looks like it's going to turn out not to be a bad play. Very heads-up play for Corey Stanger. And Bach Bozer, the normal kicker, has a sprained ankle and isn't able to punt. And so Stanger showing the athletic improv there. Boy, he got that ball from disaster and got it upfield about 40 yards by the time it was done rolling.
That was a great individual play.
Triton, when we come back, we're at Prep Bowl 94 in the Class B Championship. Back with more from the Metrodome in a moment. Welcome back to the Metrodome. Jim Gilliland and Chuck Foreman with you as we continue with our 2nd quarter action. Great play here, Chuck, like Corey Stanger.
That was a great individual play by Corey. Ball was snapped over his head. He was able to get back there, recover the ball, kick it, and actually it was a great play.
This is Triton in the white uniforms now, holding out of that 12-7 lead. He tried to come back on a little counter, and Bush is wrapped up. A lot of traffic there, and he couldn't sort through it. Malashevsky making the tackle. For Becker. Look at the sidelines in Dwight Lundeen for the Bulldogs. And shooting it out there in the left flat. Nobody there. It runs incomplete. It'll be 3rd in long yardage. 3rd and 10 for Triton. So we had great offense early in the game by both teams, and it slowed down somewhat.
Oh, that's because the defense is picking up, putting a lot of pressure on the quarterbacks, and they're forcing the quarterbacks to make quicker decisions.
Triton from their own 20-yard line. One out of 2 on 3rd down conversions, but this is 3rd and long. 3rd and about 12. The team going to have to hurry up with this play. Well, actually not, because they just put the time clock in play. So 3rd and 12. Watch for Tim Bush. He's coming in motion here. Mid-tune, heavy pressure, goes down. Chris White got the tackle on the play.
Little breakdown on the offensive line up here. Chris White was able to get through there, make the tackle.
Well, Mid-tune forced to punt again. Bad field position, 3 consecutive possessions for Triton. Becker has taken a timeout here. Whether it's to set up return coverage or whether they're return play or whether they're concerned about the clock. It's not under 3 minutes yet, so we don't have to really worry about that yet. Becker should get the ball back in pretty good shape. We'll have the punt when we return. It is Triton 12 and Becker 7 in the Class B championship from the Metrodome. As has been the case for most of football's long and storied history, when it's 4th and 17 deep in your own territory, you punt.
Becker's going to have great field position regardless, and Triton's going to have to stop them going into the end zone before the half. It's only 3 minutes left, and it's always important to stop these people going in before the half.
Well, it was Becker that got the fortunate roll on the Stanger punt a moment ago, and now Kirk Mid-tune's rather short line drive kick gets a good bounce. Instead of going out of bounds, it goes upfield another 15 yards. And
I thought they'd have the ball on the 50-yard line, and now they have it on the 40.
And really no discredit to the deep man there, because there's no way he could have got over there to handle that ball.
Exactly.
So Becker will try again from their own 36.5-yard line.
Becker's been mixing the plays quite a bit here. They have a nice mixture of the run and the pass.
Receivers wide all over the field, but it's a straight handoff, and Bratch takes it up the middle. He's just a 10th grader, 5'9", 170. Ingleson on the tackle again for Triton, and now we see a little hurry up for Becker. Watching New England Patriots tape.
Exactly what I was going to say.
Bratch comes back to the right side this time. Ooh, Mid-tune and some others. Oh, he takes a punishment there, the sophomore. Oh, ball loose again. Picked up by Becker. Is this play going to stand? Down the sidelines goes Novak and into the end zone.
Now that was I really didn't see all that. I thought the ball carrier was down.
We might have to bring in Mike Torkelson here, but I guess it's ruled a live fumble, and such being the case.
Okay, here we are on the replay. Nathan is making a great run here. He's showing how he's running really tough, and they really hit him right there. Then he stays up, and there comes the hit to knock the ball out.
It's Bush again. He rips it out of there. He pokes it out of there.
He rips it out.
And coming right down the sideline into your picture momentarily will be Novak. 57 yards. And we have a touchdown.
This is exactly what Triton didn't want to happen. The momentum has switched to Becker.
Well, the conversion attempt is botched. We have not, or do not convert the extra point. They made the first kick, that one no good, and it's now a 1-point game. 13-12 for Becker.
This is going to be a very important series of downs for the Triton team. They need to try to at least get something out of this next series of downs. And they've shown early that they can do that.
Mike Torkelson, our official in residence here for that play for the Class B game. I guess it's a live ball if it comes out of there and anybody's eligible to scoop it up, huh?
That's right. They evidently had not blown the ball dead as the runner was still making some progress or potentially breaking away. And on one hand, the runner had the ball ripped away from him, but on the other hand, a teammate alertly picked it up and took it in for the score.
Now, in high school and college ball, the fumble recover has to be careful not to put his knee down as he recovers, or it's down there, right?
That's correct. When you touch your knee down in high school, you're down. You don't have to be down by contact.
Okay, well, very heads-up play by Brandon Novak, and it always helps having first-class help in the booth here as the officials helping us out, making the right interpretation. And Tim Bush, you saw how dangerous he was on the return, getting out over the 30-yard line. Needed about one more block to spring him.
Tim Bush has a lot more speed than he shows. He was just taking his time going up there. When he saw that hole open up, he turned it on.
Nathan Johnson making the stop for Becker. And now Triton with their best field position of the quarter, certainly. They've been backed up.
You see the replay again. Nathan, he's really popped there 3 or 4 times. The ball bounces out. His teammates right there, Novak, runs down the field, and nobody's going to catch him. That was a heads-up play by the Becker offensive team and Mr. Novak.
Now it looks like Becker has taken a timeout. 1:27 to play. They had 3. Now they're down to 2. Triton has 2. 1:27 to play before halftime. Becker has taken the lead 13-12 on a fumble return by Brandon Novak, junior running back, 5'10", 185. What a core of running backs they're going to have coming back. Bratch, who carried the ball in the hard-nosed run you pointed out, is a sophomore. Hudala, who has scored the touchdown, the first touchdown for Breck, he's also a sophomore. And Novak, who scored the other touchdown, is a junior. So they'll have a whole backfield's back because Stanger's a junior. Wow.
That's always nice to have.
That is a young team.
And all of them are pretty good backs.
Brock Bozer, senior skill position player, is a senior. That's about it from the ball handler group. They'll have a lot of them back next year.
Probably see them back here in the prep bowl.
Triton to the attack now. Kirk Midtoon's been bottled up since midway in the first quarter. Takes a short drop here, looking for Gislin, and it falls incomplete.
The Becker defense is making it a little more difficult for Kirk so far the second half.
2nd and 10 from the 33. Midtoon motioning to his receivers now. Don't huddle up.
50s.
Bush coming in motion here. Out in the flat. It's a screen the other way to Gislin. They run that play before successfully, and now he's down for big yards across midfield.
Triton's responding to the Becker defense, and they always seem to bounce back.
Those plays, well-executed deception plays where it looks like everybody's going one way.
Right.
He makes it. Midtoon carries out the fake, looks over there. He's got to be careful the linemen don't get in on it too quickly.
Exactly.
Ooh.
That's a nice block there by number 74, Jacob Cavan.
Just got his head in front of the guy. It was a kind of an angle block, but
as a runner, all you want to see your guy do is get the guy, take him anywhere he's going to go, and then you can run off of his block.
Midtoon back to throw again. Throwing it short to Schletty, and boy, the ball was there, but so was Joe Johnson.
Joe Johnson's making his presence felt in that defensive backfield. He's been in on a lot of big plays today.
And he makes a real good read on that play because Bush is going deep down the sideline. We've seen Johnson covering him many times, but he breaks it off.
The ball, he really hit him. He hit him hard enough to knock it out of there.
Slade never able to have grasp and control there as Johnson wrapped him a good one. 2nd and 10 on the 44. Midtoon throws it to Bush. A quick screen. Ducks inside one block and gets out of bounds. Not quite to the first down, but good yards on the play.
It'll be about a yard for the first down.
Tony Martell and Joe Johnson combined to usher Mr. Bush out of bounds. Makes just a little subtle move here, stepping inside the on-rushing Johnson and then getting out of bounds. Tim Bush seems to really have a presence out there. He knows where he is at all times.
On both sides of the ball, too.
Forced 2 fumbles already. Midtoon now on 3rd and 1. Fakes to Menchaca in all kinds of trouble. Tries to pitch it wide. There's a penalty marker down. And that play never got going.
Never got going. This will probably be against the offense.
Holding.
So what would have been a 3rd and 2 is going to be into a, and here we are. And he really does a good job Mattoon jumping out of that guy's arms, but he pitched the ball in the middle of that, and it was a bad pitch. But it was good. It was a good job by the back to recover the football.
Good job by the Becker defense as well, and an interesting choice there. Rather than take the 4th and 10, it looks like they're going to force him back 3rd and 17 or so.
That may be a bad decision with the way Kirk Mattoon throws the football, and we've seen him and Tim Bush hook up earlier. So we'll see what they're going to do. We know they're going to put the ball up.
Less than a minute, under 40 seconds now for the first half. Mattoon on 3rd and 17. Takes the snap, out straight back, trying to wait, trying to move forward, and he is taken there at the 50-yard line.
Chris White's right in on that play again.
White makes a tackle. And now 4th and long. Clock continues to tick down. Looks like now neither team is going to worry about it. And they may not even have to kick this ball because Becker's not stopping the clock.
I think they're going to go in and be happy with this 1-point lead.
Well, it looks like now the clock's showing 0, but the timeout has been called and signaled for Triton, so they're going to put 1 second back on the clock. This may be what
I guess this is what they're going to do. They're going to go to the end zone with this ball.
Triton wanted to run it down, so they only have time for one play, a 4th down play. So if they lose possession, if it's no good, then the half is over. But they're going to take one last
stab at it.
Yeah.
And we know they're capable of doing that.
Interesting to see. We'll find out how strong Mattoon's arm is here, at least, if he has time to throw. He has been pressured. I think Becker's done a good job of not letting him sit back there and wait for his receivers to break open.
Unlike earlier in the game where he had a lot of time, he's really been rushed this second quarter. And we know that Becker's going to be in their prevent, but you know how I feel about the prevent defense. On any level.
Schletty, Bush, Eldred all come wide to the left side in the Hail Mary formation. Gislin is the lone receiver to the right. Mattoon, he doesn't have time to do anything back there. And the half is going to end on a 18-yard loss on a sack as Malashevsky and company chase down Kirk Mattoon and end the half.
Becker really stepped it up the second quarter and showed that they may dominate this game the rest of the way.
Lots of good defense in the second quarter after a good offensive first quarter. Let's go down to Andy Scoopman on the sidelines.
Thanks, Gilly. I'm with Becker coach Dwight Lundeen, and strange first half. Back, forth, and you come out on top. Talk a little bit about it.
Strange is one way that you could describe it. We're not very happy with some of our execution. I think we've turned it over 4 times. We just hope that we've used up all of our bad plays, and we've got some good plays for the second half. Triton executed a few great plays there and scored on us. We hope that we've adjusted to that now, and we just need to take care of the ball, and we'll be okay that second half.
Okay, Coach, good luck.
Thank you very much.
All right, let's go to the other side of the field for the other side of the story, and Jeff Grayson.
All right, Andy, thank you. I'm with Don Henderson, the Triton coach. Coach, what did you like? What didn't you like about the first half?
Well, once again, we hit a couple of big plays, but the inconsistency on offense has been our problem all year, and you're seeing that today, although a lot of that is due to a great Becker football team.
How about the play that Becker scored on near the end of the first half? A bizarre play.
Well, I'll tell you, that stuff happens. We told our kids it happens now and then. We made a good play to try and strip the ball, but, their kid came around, picked the ball up and scored. Earlier we stripped them down by the goal line and came up with the ball. These things happen. You got to work off them.
Don, thanks for taking the time to talk with us. Good luck in the second half. That's Don Henderson, the Triton coach. We'll be back with more halftime programming. This is the Minnesota Prep Bowl Network. We are now exactly halfway through Prep Bowl 13. We're at halftime in the Class B championship game. Becker leading Triton 13-12. Welcome to the GMC halftime report, everybody. I'm Jeff Grayson, and we are live at the Metrodome. As I mentioned, Becker leading 13-12, but we still have the Class A and AA games coming up before we wrap up Prep Bowl 94. Our own Jim Gilliland has a preview of the two games following this win.
Just over 9 minutes to play. Second and goal. Pitch out.
In the Class A final, Northfield hopes to use their tournament experience to their benefit. Last year they made big plays, just not as many as Detroit Lakes did in a 21-14 defeat in the title game. In the semifinals a week ago, different story. Northfield avenged a loss to Hutchinson thanks to two big plays by number 43 Håkan Bengtsson. First, he scored the Raiders' touchdown in overtime, then turned back Hutch with an interception.
Especially for all the seniors who played last year at all, it's been really a goal to get back to the Dome for sure, and then since we're here, we might as well win it.
In Class AA, two similar styles. Both Anoka and Alexandria hammer you with three strong running backs and quickness, but they can put it up top when necessary. Mix in the fact that neither team has lost this year, and you have a great situation for a championship game.
They got a bunch of quick backs. They're a quick team, not very big, but you know, if our defense can control the offensive or the defensive line and just keep their backs from gaining big plays, I think we can control them.
All right, our Class AA championship really is double A. A as in Anoka, A as in Alexandria. They're both 13-0, and then in Class A, it will be Northfield against Sartell. Sartell 13-0, Northfield led by Håkan Bengtsson. They are 11-2. When we come back, we will have a news update back at our Minnesota 9 studios. Stay with us. The halftime report, the GMC halftime report continues from Prep Bowl 13. Welcome back to the GMC halftime report. You see some of the fans, actually students in the Becker band, having a good time here at halftime in the Metrodome as the GMC halftime report continues. I'm Jeff Grayson. Welcome back to the Metrodome, everybody. We're exactly halfway through Prep Bowl 13. Welcome back to the GMC halftime report. It is Becker leading Triton 13-12. Welcome back to the Metrodome, everybody. I'm Jeff Grayson. We've already crowned two state champions. In 9-man, it was Kitson Central. In Class C, Chatfield. Becker right now, when your team's named the Becker Bulldogs, I think it makes sense that they're in the Class B final. They lead Triton 13-12 at halftime. And now we send it back to the booth, and Jim Gilliland and a man who is still my all-time favorite football player. Nobody wore 44 better than Chuck Foreman. And Chuck, that's coming from a Packer fan. We send it up to Gilliland, Chuck, guys.
Hey, that's big of him, huh?
That surely is. He's been telling me that all day, though.
I told you that long before he arrived, though. He's always been my number one guy. If you weren't a Chuck, especially if you grew up in Minnesota, and you weren't a Chuck Foreman fan, then you didn't like football because he could do it like nobody else. Oh. Well, both teams are back on the field.
Mm-hmm. Let's see if Becker's going to take this momentum they had going in to halftime and bring it back out here to start the third quarter. And Triton, let's see if they have the character to counteract that.
You can see there is a balance here. 135 yards rushing for Becker is a little bit of a misnomer. They got 57 off of that big play where it was a fumble and Novak scooped it up and took it in. Neither team has really been able to sustain a lot on the ground, although Becker has had better of it than Triton has. Triton striking through the air, and of course they had 87 of that on the first play from scrimmage. Right. So a little misleading on both ends there. Becker with the heavy rushing and Triton with the heavy passing. First downs about even, just one penalty in the game. We talked to Mike Torkelson briefly. He said, hey, this is an official's dream. Both teams playing it very well and very cleanly. Time of possession, Becker, the more ball control ground team, having just an edge in play there. But it's been a pretty good ball game, although the offensive fire, we thought we were going to see a lot of it early.
We thought we were going to see the ball up in the air quite a bit. And after the first quarter, you know, both teams kind of settled in and have responded defensively to the quarterbacks. And the quarterbacks have seen a lot of pressure the second half. Of course, Becker in the second quarter was the team that was really, as far as the offense is concerned, was doing what they needed to do to put the points on the board.
Well, you see Becker team getting whooped up there on this hand clapping drill on their sideline, and then of course Triton and their
Triton saying we need to conserve that energy here.
That's the Becker rooting section there.
Because that Triton team has 10 players playing both ways. And this is going to be the quarter that's going to tell us whether they can withstand the Becker onslaught here.
Reminder, we have had people ask us where Triton is, and Triton actually stands for the
Tri-State, Tri-Counties, or Tri-Towns?
Tri-Towns, and they are Dodge Center, West Concord, and Claremont. So the Claremont Parrots are no more. I remember the Claremont Parrots from years gone by. And
Are you from that way? Up there?
Well, roots. My roots, and my dad is from down that part of the state, and he refereed for many years. I used to tag along to these small towns and
well, they have some nice football players in these small towns,
yeah,
and I've seen some from the 9-man team early this morning to the Class C. I saw some nice athletes there, and it just gets better and better.
Oh, we had Zimbrota Mazeppa last year in the Prep Bowl, and they made it. Triton beat them 43-36 this year. They had a player, Park Williams, who is on scholarship to the University of Minnesota. We see occasionally, probably one or two a year, that are able to play Division I players.
But you have a lot of them that can play Division II, Division III players.
And we have such great Division II and great Division III programs in the 5-state area, really.
And that's good, because we're going to see a lot of these players here on this field today that are going to be able to go to the next level and have a lot of fun doing it.
Yeah, it's we tend to get the D2 and D3 schools overshadowed sometimes, but MIAC, great conference, the NIC.
It's really good football.
Yeah.
I've actually watched on another network, a lot of like St. Thomas, St. John's. I mean, it's been really good quality football.
Midtune kicks it for the white shirts of Triton, and taking it on the run is Novak to the outside and over to 45. Excellent return. Well, it's really kind of spinning the roulette wheel when they kick that ball low and it bounces. It can either really fool the receiving team, bounce away from them, or bounce up cleanly.
So far, it's been lucky for Becker that the balls bounce right to them, and they have great field position again on the 45-yard line, 46-yard line. And as you can see here, Brandon Novak on the return does a good job. Great field position for the Becker team.
So Becker now. 1st and 10 from the 46. Whistles blow before the play gets underway. Like 2 men in motion or something there.
Tony Martell, if that whistle wasn't blown, may have gone all the way.
First penalty of the game on Becker. And it's a 5-yarder. Carl Beck, our referee from Fergus Falls today. John Clinert, Tom Linder, Mark Graff, and Brian Bond, the rest of the crew.
There he is, Corey Stanger.
Drills it in there and close to first down yardage. It was 1st and 15. And Bjorklund makes the tackle. Or rather, Bush makes the tackle. Bjorklund makes the catch.
Yeah, Chad Bjorklund. And here you see Corey out here on a rollout. Finds Bjorklund there, Chad Bjorklund. And that was a great play by both Chad Bjorklund and Corey Stanger.
And off and good yards ahead for the first down. Becker.
Tony Martell on the carry.
Martell carrying for the first time in the ball game. He was a running back for much of the early part of the season, and then when the underclassmen,
on the replay, Martell takes the ball. Hey, it shows a lot of strength.
When the underclassmen started to run so well, they said, "Hey, let's move Tony over and concentrate on defense," and it paid off. But now he's back in the game, and Becker has a 1st and 10 in Triton territory at the 41. Stanger gives to Martell.
That's a nice play by number one, Kevin, what's his name, Sugar?
Sugar is correct. Madison also went on the stop for Triton.
Well, we'll see what this Triton team's made of. They've got, like we said before, 10 players that play both ways, whereas Becker only has 2. And so far in this third quarter, in this first series, Becker seems to be the one that's taking advantage of that.
Second down and 10 to go for Becker. Stanger fakes, rolling left, shooting it short. Almost intercepted. Judge Gislin looked up and found that ball whistling right into his hands.
I think Judge was saying, wow, I'm going to go all the way. He took his eye off that ball a little bit. Consequently, he dropped it. And here's the replay. You see Corey Stanger on the rollout here, throws the ball. And it was right in his hands. He'll think about that tomorrow.
Good pressure that time. Maybe let Stanger release that ball a little earlier than he wanted to. 3rd and 10 now. Big play for the Triton defense from the 41. And Stanger shoots it. This time, no mistake. It's intercepted by Midtune. He gets to the sidelines with a block. Cuts back. And he's going to take it. Well, no, he stepped out of bounds.
This guy's got an effect on the game, both offensively and defensively. And Midtune shows why he's considered one of the finer athletes on that field.
And right over, no fancy celebration, right over what we're going to do on offense.
This Triton team does not have time to celebrate. I mean, they make the big plays, they go back to the sidelines, they come back out, and they go get right back down to business. And I kind of like that.
Midtune will bring his team back to the attack at the 34.
These two-way players, they know how to conserve that energy.
.34-yard return. 3rd interception for Midtune. Plowing ahead. And Chaka. Not much there, but a couple of yards.
Triton hasn't done that much as far as running the ball today, even though they've moved the ball quite well. Defensively, they've been making a lot of big plays. As you can see here on the replay, number 61, Chris White is on the play again.
Novak also in on the tackle. Midtune under heavy pressure. That must have been a screen. They got in there so fast.
And Bush made the play. That was a nice play. Nice play by Midtune. He had a lot of pressure on him. He had the presence to hang in there, put the ball in there to Tim Bush. These two guys, and here's the replay. You see he has this pressure by Novak. Throws the ball, and Mr. Bush is right there again and makes a good play.
Malashevsky finally wraps him up. It'll be 3rd down and about 4 yards for the Triton team. The Cobras bring it to the line of scrimmage.
This is a very important down and play for the Triton football team. If they can get this first down, they'll be right back in this game.
Midtune keeps it off the right side and keeps it. Very athletic there. He hopped for the first time. Actually, they knocked him.
Kirk Midtune's doing a little bit of everything today. That was a nice play. It was nice play selection. And here you see from our sky cam or whatever you want to call it, Midtune sees the opening there and he makes his decision and gets the first down. I wonder if that was a called play or he just saw something there and did it on his own.
Good point. He perhaps improvised. Levi Hamaker on the stop for Becker, but it's first down on the 22. He thought Schletty was going to roll up short there. And
there was some confusion on the outside guy on the inside. Maybe they were supposed to switch routes.
Check that. It was Eldred for whom the ball was intended. But it will be 2nd and 10 for Triton. And Midtune studying the plays on his wristband.
I have really enjoyed watching all of this football today. It's been really exciting. And I still say that high school football is the best ticket in town.
The communities are so involved and everybody knows everybody on the team. It's really fun. Oh, and again.
It's tipped. I think that ball was tipped. Who was that? Number 87?
Midtune picking himself up rather gingerly. Left foot giving him some problems, but he's ready for the next play. Let's see if we can see.
See who that was. I see him going back here and who comes off the block. That ball was tipped a little bit, I thought.
All right. At any rate, 3rd and 10 for Midtune and the Triton Cobras in the 22. They're in again. The quick flip out.
It is.
and it is Schletty getting very near the first down.
I think he got the first down there.
Joe Johnson again on the tackle. We called his name a lot, number 44 in blue. But that was what they wanted. They let the line come.
As you can see, Kirk Mattoon, he's down here, gets the ball. He just throws it really quick. A nice play here. And a nice run by Mike Schletty.
Mike Schletty, the sophomore. So good underclassmen on both teams.
Sides.
Triton now knocking on the door for the go-ahead score. Midtoon rolls to his left side, and the ball.
That was a great play by number 25.
Eldridge saved the interception.
Exactly. The number 25, Aaron Eldridge, went from receiver to defensive back really quick. Watch this play, and you can see him throwing the ball to Eldridge. He sees he doesn't have the ball, and he does the next thing. He tackles him and knocks the ball out. That was a heads-up play.
3 of the last 4 throws, Midtoon has thrown it to spots where his players weren't. And Becker putting on heavy pressure. 2nd and 10. Bush comes in motion. Give it off and getting inside the 10 to about the 9.
I haven't seen a field goal attempted today by either team.
Alashevsky in on the tackle. So big 3rd down now for Triton. Actually, they have, if I read my chart right, attempted a lot of field goals this year. Midtoon, Gislin's got it.
And
touchdown.
Got it. Gislin. This has been an exciting football game. I mean, we've seen some crazy plays. We've seen a lot of guys making a lot of big plays. And you can see Midtoon there. I mean, actually, he bumped into, as you see here on the replay, he bumped into his own guy right there, and he was still able to get the ball off. And he really didn't have his back foot set or anything. He just threw that purely on arm strength.
Well, he knew Judge was out there ahead of the field to the wide side. Let him a little bit, let him get there. And Midtoon now has 3 touchdown passes in the game. He's thrown for 197 yards, and Triton is back in front and will go for 2 points. Pitch out. Bush not going to get there.
Not going to get there.
Tried to beat everyone to the corner with that quick step.
But I see a lot of bounce.
Denied again on the conversion.
I see a lot of bounce in that Triton team running off the field this time, so they may be energized by this performance on their offense.
All right, check. Triton has the first score of the 2nd half. We'll take a timeout. The Cobras are back in the lead at the 1994. Back at the Metrodome, Triton has taken the lead over Becker on the resourcefulness of quarterback Kirk Midtoon, rolling to his left. All kinds of bumping around people. And he still finds Judge Gislin for the touchdown, 18-13 to score. Jeff Grayson is down on the sidelines with a special guest. JJ?
All right, thanks, Gilly. I'm with Bloomington Jefferson coach Stan Shea. And, Coach, we saw your game against Eden Prairie a little bit earlier. Thanks for joining us. Your team had a great year.
Yeah, we had a great year. We went on a 9-game winning streak, great run. You know, it's going to come to an end somewhere, but our kids are really down, but feel real good about the season.
You lost to Alex in a great semifinal last week, but you beat the top 3 teams in the state earlier, Apple Valley, Eden Prairie, and for some reason the 3rd team is escaping my mind right now.
I'll tell you, Alexandria is as good as any team we've played. Our kids said when the game was over, that's as good a team as we have played. It's going to be a great final. Anoka Alex will be dynamite game.
Cretin was the other team. I apologize to Cretin. Coach, thank you for joining us. Your team had a great season, and we'll get that laryngitis out of your system there. That's Stan Shea, the head coach of Bloomington Jefferson, back upstairs to Gilly and Chuck. Guys?
You know, Brandon Novak and the other 2 young running backs, I think the people from Becker are going to have a lot of excitement for a few more years. I like the way these kids run.
And Kirk Midtoon made the tackle on that kick return.
He's a jack of all trades, Kirk Midtoon.
We got a delay against Becker. Stan Shea, whom we talked to on the sideline there, little horse, as many football coaches are this time of the year, especially when you go on a 9-game winning streak.
Yeah, I'm sorry my Eden Prairie team didn't get in there. I was really looking forward to them being here in the Metrodome.
Really a great program there under Mike Grant.
He certainly turned it around there in such a short period of time. It's unbelievable. The good thing about that is Mike Grant's a great coach, but the bad thing about it is I don't think he'll be there too long.
Well, he certainly has the pedigree. First down attempt is a loss of yardage for Becker. Take a look in here. Rather good strong gang tackling on defense. For Triton is Tyler Twite is in there among others. Don Henderson exhorting the troops on the sidelines. Second and about 12 is a 3-yard gain after the delay of game penalty. And
the counter play.
Novak gets back to about another 3 or 4 yards, makes it 3rd and 7. Bringleson on a stop for Triton. So a big 3rd down for Becker. They want to sustain their drive. They've crossed midfield, but now have a 3rd and 7, make it 8 yards.
And Kurt Mitchum's in on that play too. He's just been all over the field today, both offensively and defensively. I'm kind of partial to these two-way players.
Rolling to the right, flipping is short, and getting the first down. Stanger connecting heels on him there. It's Nathan Bratch, I should say. And Schletty knocking him down, but not before he has a first down. And Becker moves into scoring position.
Nice fake into the line. The back runs into the flat.
And it's a first down.
And that's a nice play.
We have a timeout on the field. Becker trying to regain that lead from Triton. We're at the Class B championship from the Metrodome at the 1994 Prep Bowl. Back at the Metrodome, this is Class B action. Those are Northfield fans. The maroon and gold colors, the Raiders will be playing in our Class A game against Sartell to follow, and then the nightcap, Anoka and Alexandria. Becker is up to the line of scrimmage now as we approach the 4-minute mark of the 3rd quarter. Marching for what would be the go-ahead touchdown. They're on the 32-yard line of Triton. First down, Carey breaking tackles. And getting ahead is Bratch again.
Nathan Bratch, that was a nice strong run by Nathan Bratch. And as you see here on the replay, watch the center. Takes him out. Nathan gets away from that first tackle. He had him right there. This was a great individual effort by Nathan Bratch.
And Genaro Manchaca also in on the tackle. 2nd and 4, we'll call it, for Becker. Stanger throwing it all up top and can't run under it.
He hasn't used that arm for a while, so it's a little stronger than normal.
Chad Yorkman, the intended receiver.
Overthrew the receiver.
I'll make one correction. I was going by the program in terms of giving you the officials for this game, but the flip-flop to B and A, so we now have John Leeser of St. Cloud is the referee. Recognized him even with the referee's hat set of the golf hat. Bob Waxlax, Rick Slon, Gary Putz, and Dale Freeze working this ball game.
Well, that quarterback sneak didn't quite work that time.
Stanger stopped short of the first down. That'll bring up a 4th down. And needless to say, a big play. Triton either holds him and takes over on downs, or the drive keeps going.
This is going to be a big play for the Triton defense. If they can respond to this situation, they could turn this game around.
Stanger brings them up. Shoots it to the right side, and he is going to get the first down inside the 20-yard line.
At 6'3", 205, he broke about 3 tackles going around that end. That was a nice play by the quarterback.
Chuck, you had mentioned that the 3rd quarter is going to tell us a lot as to whether Triton could sustain the intensity with 10 guys going both ways. And I'm not going to say that one play typified it, but it did. They got some push to the line of scrimmage there on 4th down.
And not only that, I mean, this kid's 6'3", 205, and you can see how strong he is right here in the replay. That's a nice job. Triton's responded, though. to everything Becker's been able to bring to him. So
that's right.
We'll have to wait and see.
We haven't got anything easily, but here's Bratch through an opening inside the 10, close to the 5-yard line.
Now that was probably the biggest hole we've had for a running back all afternoon. And Mr. Bratch here doesn't waste time getting through there. He sees the opening, he turns on the speed, he's running north and south. And that's where you need to go, down here inside the 20-yard line.
13-yard pickup. Got to credit the offensive line there, though. He had a good hold to run through.
But what I like about the running backs is they don't do a lot of dancing. They're north-south. They make their decisions. They turn the ball upfield, and they get a lot of yards when they have the opportunity to.
That time Novak cracks inside the 5-yard line. 2nd and goal. 2 minutes to play in the 3rd quarter. Chris Madison helping out on the tackle for Triton. Call comes in from the bench in the form of a substitution for Becker. You see hanging on there also on the
nice strong run by Nathan.
Coming to the short side again, and bouncing off the tackle by Midtune and into the end zone.
It's Scott Hatula.
Hudula takes it in, and is that? Yeah, it is Midtune. I thought he might be injured for a moment. But he was just disappointed. He had a glick on Hudula at about the 3-yard line, but Hudula bounced off it and went in, and that could be, we hate to say the fatigue thing again, but when you're going both ways.
Well, it's something we need to take a look at, but still, these are nice, short, stocky runners. You can see they're really strong. They run really hard.
Hudula goes in for the score, and it is 19-18, and Becker's going to go for 2 points. Figuring the 2-point margin doesn't do him any good. Stanger again. He's got a bunch of receivers out there.
He's going to run it in.
Take it in. He makes it to the corner.
I see a penalty out there too.
For Becker. We do have a flag down, however.
And I think that was after the touchdown. I think that's going to be against Becker.
We'll see what it is before we take a break here. John Leeser comes over, gives us a hold on the defense, and it's refused. We have 2 points. 21-18 now for Becker. As you take a look at Stanger, rolling to his left, intending to throw that ball, but big and strong enough to turn it up and get there when he needs to.
He makes things happen.
We got a break here now as we get to the late stages of the 3rd quarter. We're playing for the Class B championship at the 1994 Prep Bowl. Here's another look at the touchdown for Becker, and watch as Hudula gets to the corner. Number 16, it's Kurt Midtune coming up. Has a chance to make the tackle here, but can't finish him off.
That was a nice strong run on Mr. Hudula.
That's what they say, give him a pop, but try to get your arms around him too. He just gave him the shoulder pads.
He gave him a nice shoulder.
But it wasn't enough.
But Triton's been able to respond every time Becker has done something great, so we'll have to see. Here's Tim Bush on the return.
Bozer kicks it, and Bush gets out over the 25-yard line, but is collected there. It'll be 1st down for Triton. Well, we had 2 good ball games in our first 2 matchups. Kitson Central rallying to beat Verndale, and then it was Chatfield taking the measure of Red Lake Falls. But both games were relatively even up until some point in the 3rd quarter when one team began to dominate. And we haven't seen that yet in this game.
Well, we'll see here. I mean, it's coming down to, like I said, the end of the 3rd quarter to see what Triton has. They've responded well all game, and they may very well do it again.
Midtune has 3 receivers to the right. Now he's going to scramble and run and cuts it back, showing some innovation here. Circling a receiver, got good wheels, gets out of bounds at the 40, goes down hard.
Very lucky that's not, well, there it is. I knew that was going to be a penalty flag there.
And the only question for Triton is they would trade that 15 yards if he's okay. It looks like he is. I thought he.
And in the replay here, you'll see this kid here makes some good decisions. You can see Kurt, he's making his decision to run, going for the 1st down mark. He shows a lot of speed to get out there. And that's a nice job. That's really a nice job.
Watch the play on the sideline here. He's slowing up to get out of bounds, and he is taken low.
There's one thing he better learn: never slow down. Always run the thing out of bounds too.
You don't know what that other guy's thinking.
See, this is the type of thing that hurt Becker early on in the 2nd quarter when they had a penalty like that.
third penalty of the game on Becker for a total of 25 yards. That one's pretty costly. Moves Triton across midfield, shortening up the field for Midtune and company now as we have 1 minute to go in the third quarter. Bush in motion. And Menchaca has the ball and has decent yards up over the 40.
That's probably the most yards they gained on a carry the entire game.
Tony Martell on the tackle.
And in the replay, you'll see it's the ball. It runs into his own player, giving the Becker defense a chance to react. Had he not run into that player, I would have liked to see what he would have done with the football.
And Arlo Menchaca wrapping up that ball too, as protecting it becomes very important in the late stages of the ball game. Here comes Bush again. And Midtune looking
He's got
for
another
Gissler.
guy. Gissler. Judge is going to the end zone. The judge has done it again. You see that little wiggle in the end zone there? That's the first time I've ever seen that by a Triton player.
I'd be surprised if there isn't a "Here come the judge" sign somewhere in the Triton section.
You see Kurt rolling out, and you see Judge there again. He runs a nice pattern.
Whatever they saw made him call that pass play on 2nd and 3, and boy was it open.
we keep thinking this team's going to die, but they always come back and make a big play. They've responded to everything Becker has given.
Conversion attempt by Midtune. Boy, they were in there, but he bullied it through.
Well, Mr. Midtune, I think he's done a little bit of everything today, Gillen.
Midtune
pass, run.
It was widely reported how tired he was after that big game against Zambroda Mazeppa, where he threw for over 300 and also made 17 tackles.
Well, he must have been.
He said he could not move in the locker room after the game, and this one's heading out to be that way again.
He's got some energizer in him or something.
He's got the batteries working. 25-21. Triton on top. 20 seconds to play, as you see in the quarter.
And you can see
that's a smart group of cheerleaders, too. They do jumping jacks for each point instead of push-ups.
I think that's smart.
That is.
That's passing. You know, he hasn't, when he's had the time, he has not underthrown a pass.
Just a 3-play drive covering 73 yards and taking a little over a minute off the clock. Have a chug of water, Judge.
He earned it.
Midtune will do the kicking off. He has 4 touchdown passes now, and that is the new Prep Bowl record. A guy on the sidelines for Becker now. Okay, we're going to have to correct that. Doesn't look like it's right either. There's the kickoff by Midtune. And it is collected by Novak. He can come to the wide side of the field if he can get there, and he's wrapped up at the 35-yard line. There were 3 players who held that record. It has been broken. It's 4 touchdown passes in the Prep Bowl game by Kirk Midtune. Chris Might, who is now on the sidelines as an assistant coach for Becker, ironically, and helped bring some of the offensive innovations there that his father Gerhard taught him at Minneota, where he set the record. Tony Ladner of Granite Falls, John Gensel of Lakeville, and Brian Rasmussen of Apple Valley just last year all had thrown 3 touchdown passes in the game. And now Mr. Midtune is the record holder. And the first down play covers about 5 yards for Becker and ends the third quarter of play.
Triton needs this break. It came at a good time.
Arresting a quick shot out here, and the catch made for 5 yards, but that ends the third quarter of play with the score Triton 25 and Becker 21 at the Class B championship from the Metrodome at Prep Bowl 94. Hey, they're happy on the Triton sidelines. They've got the lead right now, but this is a very competitive contest. It's been parry and thrust on both ends. 2 good ball clubs, as you might expect. They're playing for the championship. Becker has the ball, 2nd and 5, and the running play goes. Is that Bratch again? The way he hammered out over the line, Hudala gets the carry.
That offensive line came off the ball that time because he was up the field there for that 5-yard gain in no time. And here you see it again.
Interchangeable sophomores.
Exactly. It's nice to have that.
Good power. Well, you mentioned the balance in the north-south.
5'8", 5'9", you know, they're real stocky, real strong, got nice quickness, good speed.
Corey Stanger now. First and 10.
And they have the right guy pulling the trigger at quarterback, and there it is again. It's a nice gain on first down.
He's got half of it at least. Tim Bush there to collect him. 2nd and 5 for Becker. If you look at it again, just a straight pitch to Nathan Bratch.
You see the nice running ability these guys have. They just read their blocks, take the time. Can't teach that.
Ahead, straight ahead for near first down yardage. Martell in there getting some work is the senior. John Leeser calls officials timeout, and they may measure this, but it looks like he's got it.
It's going to be interesting to see how Triton responds to this. I mean, they've scored and have always responded to anything Becker has done, but they still move. Becker still moves the ball against this Triton defense at will.
They really do with that power game. They've been controlling the line of scrimmage and getting the yards. Triton hoping for those big plays where they rip the ball out, or they somehow, I remember Bud Grant used to say that quite a bit, that it's the Vikings played zone, and they challenged teams to make those 15-play drives, and they thought somewhere in there they'll make a mistake and we'll take it away from them.
And those guys used to tackle the ball all the time.
One thing Becker needs to do, though, is get their huddle up closer to the line of scrimmage. They have to run 12 yards sometime and spend a lot of energy. Handoff here on 1st and 10, and not much there. Let's go down to the sidelines now, and Andy Skugman.
Thanks, Gilly. You know, some of the most underappreciated guys and gals, or guys and women who help make the Prep Bowl tick, are the guys and women out there who yank the chains back and forth. Dick Hughes is from the Richfield chain gang, and you're all decked out here. Maybe Bob Davidson can pan down and show the whole uniform. Take this pretty seriously?
We sure do. Yes, we do.
Tell me about what you guys got to do out there.
Just make sure we run the box on both sides of the field with the pad at the 10-yard line and the chains on the other side. Work a 6-man crew.
All right, Dick, thanks. Keep up the good work. All right, let's go back upstairs.
Well, a second down play that is good for a first down, and a nice throw by Corey Stanger under heavy pressure.
Look at that. That was a nice play.
Vermillier put good pressure on, but Chad Bjorklund stepped up, made the catch, and is hustled out of bounds, but not before he has a first down for Becker. On the Triton 30, trailing by 4 points. It's been a great Class B championship.
Everything, a really exciting game, one of the best we've seen all day.
Stanger tries to do that lob down the right sideline again, this time going for Luke Cherhart.
He's definitely got the arm strength. He's shown that quite a bit today.
But it will be 2nd and 10 for Becker.
And these are two junior quarterbacks for both of these teams, and they're very well coached and very impressive.
Stanger now 7 out of 15 for 84 yards, but 3 interceptions. Handoff. Good yards. It'll be 3rd and about 3 as Bratch takes it through there. Kruska on the tackle. Number 65 in a white jersey. Bratch following his blockers well. Midtune also in there on the stop.
It's hard for me to distinguish between these sophomores. This is hard to see. If we can't see their numbers, we just don't know who they are. They run quite a bit alike.
3rd and 4, call it. And Stanger rolling to the left side. The receiver pulls up short, and the ball is not there. Intended for Bozer, the big 6'4" target, the senior wideout. And it'll be 4th down now for Becker.
You know, the judge was right there again. He made a good break on that ball. Had that ball been up, he may have intercepted that ball.
Big play, needless to say. 4th quarter, state championship at stake. Becker needs to get across that 20-yard line on 4th down. Stanger keeps the ball. He's going to run it himself.
Oh, wow, what a great play. What a great play by Roy.
That's Midtune, I think.
That's Kevin Sugar.
Sugar had him around.
He was in there.
But the big hit that really knocked Stanger back came from.
Well, here he is.
Not a way to treat your fellow quarterback,
okay,
but when
Sugar,
a state championship at stake. And Triton stops the threat for now. 8:50 to play in our ball game at the Class B state championship from the Metrodome. This is Prep Bowl 94. 4th down. Becker went for it. They were deep in Triton territory inside the 25. And Corey Stanger, you get your big, strong quarterback out there rolling out. And
there's the hit.
Sugar gets a good hit on him early, but then Midtune just came and knocked him back. It says, I'll take that ball back. And there's a look at your quarterback who's thrown 4 touchdown passes and has 10 tackles. Wow. And an interception as well. Midtune gives off. Menchaca has some room out close to the 30-yard line.
I don't know who's wearing who out here. I mean, we always seem to think that Triton's going to be the one that gets worn down, and Becker, I don't know. They look like they're a little tired right now.
Neither team has been able to get a lead of more than 1 score. Mark Rothstein on the tackle for Becker. If Triton got it here and were able to sustain something and go down the field, they would be the first to do so. Now there have been mistakes on both sides of the ball, and now is where you don't want to make one if you're the offensive team.
Not at this juncture.
Don't give them anything. Make them earn it. And we had a man jump off the right side of the line for Becker. And in high school, you aren't allowed to come back, I don't think.
Oh, was he drawing offsides or what, Mike?
We'll go to our official in the booth, Mike Torkelson, and I didn't hear Mike. Did anybody hear Mike? Trying to get a clarification from Mike Torkelson, our official in the booth from St. Peter, we have one in each booth to explain situations we don't understand, and we'll try it again. Mike? Okay, Mike is not, I can't hear right now, but we'll try to get that clarification. It was an offside at any rate, and it is a 1st down for Triton. Midtune takes the deep snap. They're on him. Here comes that short screen. Nearly picked up, but now lots of running room. And it's the judge out for another 1st down. Tony Martell on the tackle.
Judge Gisler.
Very close to being a big play the other way, however.
It did.
Pressure comes so quickly.
You see the replay here, you can see, look at that. Wow.
Boom. Who was that almost had the ball? Rothstein.
That was a very close play. Very close play.
But instead, it's a 1st down for Triton. They take it up to the 47-yard line.
That could have very easily been a touchdown the other way.
Midtune now looks over the defense and audibles into some form of pass. Throws it out quick to Gislin. He likes to see where that single coverage is and get it to a guy who can do something. And boy, a nice run after the catch by Judge Gislin. He takes it inside the 35 of Becker.
This Triton team, like I said before, has responded to everything Becker has done. And these 2 players I've seen here today, Kirk and Judge Gislin, have done a very fine job running the routes and throwing the football.
I detect a bit of support, I think, from the Northfield section here for the next game. That's down not too far away from the Triton area. And they seem to be pitching in and rooting here right now. Triton could take a commanding lead if they Can get it into the end zone. Here comes Menchaca. Nothing much there. Tough yard or two.
Tough yard. He's holding on to the football, though. He doesn't want to make a mistake. They've done a good job on this particular this particular drive.
White and Novak combining on the stop for Becker. They need a stop.
And as you see the replay here,
drive.
The defense there. And there's number 62.
Ouch.
Chris White again. He's played a good defensive game for Becker.
Some good hitting going on here as we head down the stretch for the championship. Mid-tune. What will he come up with this time? Gives off to Sugar. And the little guy gets across the 20 for another Triton first down. Novak and Johnson combine on the stop.
On the replay, you see Kevin Sugar. He faked. I mean, he was so quick through there. Our camera couldn't keep up with him. That was a nice run, nice call. Good overall play for the Triton offense.
Sugar, a junior. Mid-tune now. We mentioned Scott Pitzenberger, their 1,000-yard rusher, not able to play because of a fracture. And going for Gislin again.
The judge.
Number 5 on the touchdown pass department for Mr. Kirk Mid-tune. And Judge Gislin scores it again.
As soon as we think this team's running out of gas, I don't know, they turn up the throttle and make great plays. Look at this play. Look at this pass. Look at this route. And the concentration. Judge Gislin is an excellent football player. I've really enjoyed watching these games. I've seen some fine football players here today. Not only in this game, but the earlier games. This is really nice. I have a better appreciation of high school football here in the state of Minnesota.
Well, Mid-tune is rewriting our record book here.
And he's only a junior.
That'll be well over 300 yards passing now. 3 touchdown catches for Gislin is also a Prep Bowl record, or ties one.
And here's the replay again. Here you see Kirk Mid-tune coming back, rolling out, and he's looking for his favorite receiver, Judge Gislin, and he's open.
He is as good as I have seen a high school quarterback at rolling to his left
and throwing
that touch in there that we talked about early.
I didn't see what kind of route Judge had run, and then if we could get a chance sometime. So I don't know if he's running crossover routes or out routes, but he's getting open.
Talk about executing a big drive at an important time. 77 yards, 6 plays, 3:51 off the clock. And Triton has the first more than 1 touchdown lead. It's at 10 points right now, and they're going to go for 2. No, they're not. How much I know. Mid-tune, he's always in the game. He kicks the ball, and you see him and think that he's going to quarterback it, but of course he's the place kicker. Yeah,
he does it all.
Gets it through there.
This has been a fine football game. We've seen 2 fine teams and a lot of fine athletes, both well coached.
The Triton rooting section having it their way right now. We've got 4:59 to go in our ball game from the Metrodome at the Class B championship of 1994 Prep Bowl. That's a story from Class B. For the first time in the game, one team has a lead of more than 1 touchdown. Triton scored on the first play from scrimmage on an 87-yard bomb from that man, Kirk Mid-tune, to his favorite target, Tim Bush. Or we thought he was his favorite target. What? That's what we'd heard, but Judge Gislin has 3.
I wonder if they have a play where he throws it and then he runs down the field to catch it. That's the only thing we haven't seen him do today.
Well put, Chuck. He's got 10 tackles, an interception.
A great big play over there on the sidelines to stop a big play by Becker to go into the end zone on Corey Stanger.
And I think he's picking himself up the bottom of that pile, too.
I just love to see that. I love to see two-way players because I don't think you have enough of that.
We give Greg Selton the credit for the tackle on that last kick return for Triton. Well, let's see what Corey Stanger can do now. They've shown great run-pass balance, but they may have to throw more now, down by more than 1 score. Stanger shows a big arm, but he overthrows Bjorklund, who was heading down the right sideline.
Well, we've seen him overthrow his receivers on several occasions today, but we know that his accuracy is much better than that. and you really can't count this team out when you have a quarterback like Corey Stanger back there.
Also fun to see Tim Bush and Kirk Midtune as the two safety men for Triton back there communicating, and they understand the passing game, having been a part of it both ways. So
well,
they're going to get fooled.
Right. We'll be seeing these young men again next year.
Stanger rolling a little to the left again. They're hemming him in. Now gets back out to the right side. Nobody out there to throw to, and he is going to be driven out of bounds. So it ended up being a lot of running around for not much progress either way.
Oh, that was a good effort by Corey.
Yeah.
But also great coverage.
Happen.
Great coverage by the Triton defense, the secondary.
Alex Bringleson was the guy who eventually helped him to the sideline. It will be third down coming, and 9 to go. What can Stanger come up with now? Rolling left again, shoots it short, intended for Novak. And that was never close to clicking either.
That looked like that was going to be a pick play. Because I saw two receivers, or two Becker players come in there, and I thought one of them was kind of a screen guy. And Nathan Novak was the guy that was going to receive the ball.
4th down, and it appears that Becker is going to go for it.
At this point, I don't think they have a choice.
4:12 to go. They're down by 11 points. Stanger looked a little bit frustrated on that last close-up that you saw after a 3rd down play, but he's got to get it here.
And if anybody can, he can do it.
There's a wide out here on the left side. Brock Bozer crept forward, moving, and was called for illegal motion. And that makes it 4th and a bunch.
Well, Becker came into the second half with not many penalties, but they've certainly had their share of this second half.
Remember 4 years ago when Dwight Luntine brought a great team in here and they were runners up, and wanted to correct that this time, but it's in danger of getting away. And of course his son Mike was a fine running back on that team. 4th down, 14 to go. This may be it for Becker. Stanger dropping, rolling, and is sacked from behind. Bringleson again, and the ball goes over to Triton.
There was one question that's been answered, Jim. We were thinking that since Triton had 10 guys going both ways, that they would be the team that would be wearing down. But I think it's vice versa. I think this Becker team is a little tired right now, and they can't do the things that they normally do.
Corey Stanger corralled by Alex Bringleson, and Triton gets the ball back. We'll take a break at the Class B Championship from the Metrodome. This is Prep Bowl 94.
Your 24-hour weather source. This is a Minnesota 9 weather update.
We had a really nice day across the Twin Cities. A lot of sunshine, just a few high clouds. Temperatures up in the lower 40s. Great weather for getting outside. Here's some temperatures, though, across the rest of the state. We do have a cold front coming down, dropping our temperature off now to 39 in the Twin Cities. It's 20 in both Hibbing and in Duluth. We'll have more coming up next hour.
Hey, that could have turned the game around.
We just about ruined all the fair weather we're having down in Triton there.
Right.
Because they're trying to go into a tight formation here and protect their 2-touchdown lead.
Yeah, protect the football and the lead, and there was a miscue between the quarterback and the center.
Becker does have all 3 timeouts left. Mid-2 now is going to have a 2nd and 16 from the Becker 30. If they go back up top where they've had their success, Chaka carries for 5 or 6 yards. See if Becker goes for a timeout. Not yet. I know they need 2 scores.
Well, there's the timeout.
Rothstein on the tackle for Becker. Whitelandine looking on, checking the clock. How much time do we have? They did take a timeout with 2:55 to go. Triton guys still think they've got it pretty well in hand. And we're talking about protecting the lead, protecting the ball, as you said, Chuck. Don Henderson in the huddle there.
He's going to make sure they understand that.
Let's not do anything weird.
In this excitement, though, when you're 17, 18 years old, you know, you're entitled to a mistake or two like that. I know what they're going through.
Craig Schlichting, their assistant coach there, talking to his defensive players. They know they'll be called on one more time if they want to be state champions to come up big. Third down at 11 now. And Midtoon and the judges there.
And guess who else? Oh,
touchdown.
Wow.
Judge
That
Gislin.
was great concentration on the receiver, a great throw by the quarterback. And actually the defensive back was right there too, so he made a good play. It was just this Triton team has really turned it up a notch.
6 touchdown passes for Kirk Midtoon. 4 of them to Judge Gislin. They said, we are going to throw this until they cover it. And that time they did cover it. But Gislin,
you know, I don't know if there's any college scouts here, be it the D1, D2, triple, whatever it is they have out there. But we've seen some athletes here are going to go to the next level, be it Division 1, 2, or 3, and have make an impact.
Judge Gislin with an outstanding performance here today. And a bobbled snap of Schletty laterals to Midtoon. Oh, no. Does this count? Oh, wow.
Well, when things go great, they just go great. And these two young men today have put on an exhibition. They really have.
And give Mike Schletty some credit there, too. When he bobbled the snap, he just kind of strummed it back to Midtoon and knew something good might happen when Midtoon gets it. And he pitched it to Judge Gislin again. That's their fire play, evidently, when the ball goes loose. Have the tight end break to the corner, and it is a touchdown.
These two young men have to rank up there with some of the better players that played in this prep bowl.
Not a touchdown, of course, but a 2-point conversion.
Look at that! You're talking about balls bouncing to you. And he had nice touch too.
He just knows how to flick it.
Yep.
40-21, Triton is going to be your Class B champion.
I thought the Becker team, you know, early on in the game really was going to take over and dominate this game. But as we've seen, the Triton team with their two-way players have really gone and played to the next level.
Kirk Midtoon, he kicks off. If he carries the equipment out of here, I'm going to wonder.
I told you, the only play we haven't seen is with him throwing the ball and running downfield to catch it.
He's had an interception.
And he might be able to do that.
He's in double digits in tackles. He's had a big fourth, and there he makes a mistake. He kicks the ball out of bounds.
And we got a penalty. He's entitled to that one mistake.
Well, we want to know that he's a human being and he's not a $6 million man under there or something.
He's played like one. $6 million man that
is. Becker's going to get the ball on the 35-yard line the way it looks.
Regardless who wins this game, we've seen two fine football teams and two well-coached football teams. You can't take that away from anybody. It's been an outstanding game. There's been some outstanding talent. And these guys are very, very competitive, and it's nice to see. And as I said earlier in the broadcast, Jim, the best ticket in town is a high school football ticket, to whether it be football or basketball, track, what have you. You can't beat this excitement and this commitment to excellence.
No scholarship, no contract.
No money.
Just love to play the game. And, of course, that's what makes all the pro sports so popular. Everybody loves the games.
Guess who was there to almost make that interception?
Judge Gislin breaking on the ball, intended in the flat there.
I've seen some.
Mike Lempers.
Wow, this is unbelievable.
Disappointed now, but Triton is a force to be reckoned with. 2nd down and 10 for Becker. From their own 35. Stanger looking for the sideline route, and Gislam breaking well on the ball again as it sails over the head of Rory Nebben.
Well, what Becker's going to get now
sophomore
is just everything underneath. You see the Triton team in their prevent defense, if you want to call it that. Everything that Becker's going to get right now is going to be underneath, and I think the Triton defense will do everything it can to make sure everything stays that way.
Well, you go down this Becker roster, though, and they don't really have a lot of veteran players. They might have a half a dozen seniors here as we look on that really play any appreciable amount of time. And they'll have a real good shot at getting back here next year.
Exactly, and that's what I'm saying when I looked down the roster earlier. I said these two teams with these two fine quarterbacks have a really good chance of coming back to the Prep Bowl again. I'm going to have to go down and get their autographs at the end of this telecast here. Put them in my Wall of Fame.
4th down and 8 to go for the 1st down, but of course Becker needs much more than that, trailing by 3 scores as we hit the 2-minute mark. They go with the run, and trying to get through for the 1st down is Bratch. Turned back, and the ball goes over to Triton. Well, Triton has done it. It's all over, but the celebration feeling good on the sidelines now for the white shirts. 76 yards on the ground for Nathan Bratch, the 10th grader. .309 yards passing now for Midtoon is also a Prep Bowl record. 6 touchdown passes. That could stay in the book for a while.
Unless he comes back next year and does the same thing.
And 4 of them to Judge Gislam. False start on Triton. They may just kneel it down now. Still 3 timeouts for Becker, though. If they choose to go that route, they can stop the clock and get the ball back.
And I don't think they'll do that.
1st and 15. A great Class B game.
It's one of the finest football games I've seen in quite a while.
Coming up next, the Class A championship, Northfield and Sartell. Northfield, one of those teams that was here last year and looking to make amends for losing to Detroit Lakes in the Class A championship 21-14 last year. And then our nightcap, the Class AA matchup, the A teams, Anoka and Alexandria, both unbeaten. So much to look forward here to as we wrap up Class B, and the pictures tell the story there. Midtoon now will just kneel it down. Well,
that's what we thought he was going to do.
He had that tight formation. Sugar gets the handoff. He had a key 1st down run on that touchdown that put him up by 2 scores. And the clock winds down for Don Henderson and the Class B champions. Becker disappointed.
Well, they don't have anything to be ashamed of. They played a really good football game until late in the 4th quarter, when everything seemed to go right for the Triton football team. And you can hear the fans, the players, the parents. There's going to be a lot of celebrations in those 3 cities later on this evening.
Time has run out. The helmets are held high for the Triton Cobras, the champions of Class B. Victorious here over Becker by a count of 40-21. A record-setting ball game, if there ever was one. 6 touchdown passes thrown by Kirk Midtoon, 4 touchdown receptions for Judge Gislin, 300+ yards passing for Midtoon, all new Prep Bowl records. And I imagine the Caravan will hit all 3 towns, Dodge Center, West Concord, and Claremont, the home of the Triton Cobras. Kirk Midtoon, let the people take a good look at you with your helmet off, because you have done something worthy of great recognition.
Excellent quarterback on an excellent football team, and they deserve the win.
Triton 40 and Becker 21. Scott Pitzenberger, Kevin Brown, 2 valued players out with injuries. You can say one good thing for those 2 young men, they'll be back for next season. Pitzenberger a junior and Brown a sophomore, eligible for action next year.
And the thing that makes this win what makes this victory even better is the fact that they did play without their 1,000-yard rusher and were able to still win this game and win it convincingly.
Well, the big roar that you hear now, aside from the Triton rooting section saluting their champions across the way from our location, is for the teams coming on the field to begin warm-ups for Class A. Sartell and Northfield have appeared. Becker, your runners-up this year, in a tremendous performance for their season. And now let's go down to the field where Andy Skugman is standing by. Andy?
Thanks, Gilly. I'm with Triton head coach Don Henderson, and I've been watching you here, and you look just as excited as your players out there.
You bet I am. You know, anybody who's been around football, I'm young, but I've been around football since I was crawling. My dad was a high school coach in Minnesota, and I had a chance playing the state tournament when I was young. And I'll tell you what a thrill these kids. These are some great athletes we've got here, some great kids. They deserve everything they get.
Talk a little bit about your quarterback and his favorite target.
Well, he's got a number of favorite targets. Judge Gislin happened to be the man tonight. Tim Bush got a couple of touchdown catches. What can you say about it? You saw it. It's all there in black and white, or color, as I should say. The kids can play ball. They like to throw it and catch it and run, and they got her done today.
All right, Coach, congratulations. Enjoy the victory.
Thank you very much.
All right, let's head on over to Jeff Grayson, who's standing by with 2 of Triton's brightest stars.
Well, Andy, bear with me here. We're in the celebration. I'm going to get Judge Gislin here. Judge, I guess they're saying, here come the judge, and your Chambers was the Metrodome field today, part of a record-setting offensive day. Tell me what it feels like to be a state champion, Judge.
It's great. It's the best feeling I've ever had in my life. It's just great. I don't know what I can say right now. I feel so great. It's just, you know, we proved everybody wrong. Everybody thinks, you know, we're not as good as we seem, but we are. We did it.
Not only did you win the state championship, but your team put up some Prep Bowl records here. Great offensive firepower.
I love our offense, personally. You know, Coach Don Henderson, the rest of the coaching staff, they draw it up, and it's perfect. You know, we got a bunch of athletes, and we just worked it, you know. Came out in the second half, worked our butts off, and got a win. State champs.
Will this be one you'll never forget as long as you live?
Thanks a lot.
Congratulations. Like we said, here come the judge. Congratulations, Judge.
Thank you.
We're going to try to find Kirk Midtoon, the quarterback, but for now, we'll send it upstairs to Gilly. Gilly?
All right, thank you, Jeff. Triton is victorious. The Class B championship is now in the history books, and it's a great one for the Cobras. And on the Menard scoreboard, it reads Triton 40 and Becker 21. We will return to Prep Bowl 94 in just a moment.
Welcome back to the Metrodome. Triton is your Class B champion. They win over Becker 40-21. And joining me now is Kirk Midtoon. And Kirk, congratulations. You have set Prep Bowl records, most touchdown passes, 6, and you also set a record for passing yardage. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thanks.
What are your thoughts on this? Are you drained?
Yeah, last week I thought I was drained, but this week I'm exhausted.
We knew that there was opportunity for offensive firepower with both teams. Did you think that there would be this much?
No, and most of the offense came in the second half. I mean, not too much offense came in the first half. Both teams were sort of, wow, we're here state championship, and didn't really click in until the second half. And finally, both offenses started clicking, and we just clicked a little more than they did.
What does it feel like to be a state champion?
Oh, there's nothing like it. When I was a little kid, I dreamed about coming up here. I came with my dad, and I guess we're here, and we're state champions.
If you take a look up at the scoreboard, we just saw one of your touchdown passes to the judge. You guys hooked up quite a bit.
Yeah, and it was the same play, about 3 times how many passes to him. They keyed at the end to run, and Judge just got open. Heck of an athlete, got him the ball.
Kirk Mithun, thanks for joining us, and congratulations. 2 records in the Prep Bowl. And let's go upstairs now to Gilly and Chuck. Gilly?
All right, thanks, Jeff. We had to hear it from the horse's mouth, for lack of a better expression. Kirk Mithun with just a tremendous game, and as so oftentimes is the case, it is very hard to put into words. As Coach Don Henderson said, you saw it, it's there, it's on videotape. I'm sure all the machines were rolling.
He had a great game.
In those 3 communities, Dodge Center, West Concord, and Claremont. Congratulations to Triton, the state champions. American Dairy Association player of the game is, tough choice, Kirk Mithun. 6 touchdown passes. He'll receive a certificate of donation sent to his high school on behalf of local dairy farmers. We'll remind you that milk, help yourself, and it does a body good. They've kind of changed the slogan, but that one continues on as well. And on defense, we took one of his teammates, Alex Bringelson, who had a fine game, including a key 4th down sack when Becker needed to get a first down and get the drive sustained. But Mr. Ringelson and Mithun turned him back. Milk, help yourself. On behalf of the American Dairy Association, those players received the award today. Now our Pepsi salute. The winners of the Class C championship, Triton. In fact, just making it this far demonstrates a championship effort by both schools. The players, coaches, teachers, parents, and the entire student body should all be congratulated. The Pepsi-Cola Bottling Company considers everyone involved a winner and salutes everyone from the Triton Cobras on their championship effort. Pepsi-Cola Bottling Company will donate $100 in the name of each school, and that would be Triton, of course, to the Minnesota State High School League General Scholarship Fund. So congratulations to both clubs, Triton and Becker, from Pepsi. That concludes our Class B ceremonies. Coming up, Class A from the Metrodome, Northfield and Sartell warming up. We'll have more from the Dome at Prep Bowl 94.